I hope your day is going well. We have a fabulous show for you today. We're going to share the top 5 reasons why you should consider downsizing sooner than later. I'm here with my co-host Gretchen from Long Beach, Washington. How's it going?
It's great, Dennis. It's always great when I'm in Long Beach. Thank you so much. How are you?
Really excited about this show because we get this a lot in our business where people really struggle to make the decision to finally do the downsize. And we're
Correct.
going to give you some reasons why you should consider downsizing sooner than later. Here we go with top 5 reasons. Number 1, your children won't forgive you for leaving so much work for them. And I've got experience with this, Judy, and we see
Yes,
this a
you do.
lot in our business since we work with a lot of seniors. If you love your children, you will start your downsizing process and leave as little work for your children as possible. They've got busy lives working, may have children, and one of the last things they want to do is sort through your old stuff.
You're not going to be happy when they do because they don't put any value on it at all. You put a lot of value on it. And so there are ways to achieve a happy medium with that. Dennis, I would love for you to talk about your mother and the pie plates.
Yeah, father, I had experience until my dad passed of quite a few downsizing adventures, and she finally had to move from independent living to assisted living. Part of assisted living is you can't have a working stove because it's not safe. She had these pie pans and no oven or anything to cook with. She was holding them tight to her chest and saying, "Oh, it's so hard." She hadn't cooked pie for years, but those 2 Pyrex glass, which you can get anywhere for about $10, were just precious to her because it was all those Thanksgivings and Christmases and birthdays where she made pie for the family. Pie was one of my father's favorite things. And even though she wasn't actively making pie, just the thought of giving up those pie pans was breaking a family tradition. It was breaking the memory of all that family history.
Yes, that, and we run into that a lot. I personally know how that feels because when you build a life, which we all do, and as we get older, the story of that life is attached to so many different things in your home. And every time you pick something up, it has a memory attached to it. And I've watched clients go through this where they'll pick something up and they've got a whole story behind that one thing. So, what I found and what was suggested to me, because I'm trying to go through downsizing right now myself, is that you take a picture of the thing and then you could print it out and put it on a card, turn the card over and write the memory down, or you could put it in a PDF and store it on your computer. But tell the memory, tell the story, because when you're gone, that will be so precious to your family. The memory that went with even the pie pans, a picture of those pie pans and talking about why they were so important, why they were part of your family will bring back wonderful memories for children, will give your grandchildren a chance to see, and it will have so much more meaning than the pie plates themselves, which, like you said, you can get them anywhere and they don't tell a story when you're gone. So that I'm trying to do that. And the other thing that we run into a lot is because these have such good memories and because at the time you got it, it was probably more expensive and you had less money because you were new or whatever. Like China is a big one. And everybody thinks their China is worth a fortune because they probably paid a fortune for it. China is worth nothing. I talked to an estate sale person the other day, and they said, I have had Noritake china from occupied Japan after World War II. And that was my great aunt's. And nobody wanted it. And I finally had a friend who wanted it. And so I wrote out a little thing for her, who it came from originally, and then how it finally got to her. And I just said, I really hope that you will in turn find somebody else who really wants this china. And I gave it, and if she throws it away, that I don't, it doesn't matter because I gave it away. So I have to let go of it. I have pictures of it and I wrote the memory.
A little tip for those who are helping someone downsize: be patient. I was not. I just could not understand these are common Pyrex. They were not antiques. They were nothing special. They were just glass. And I couldn't understand how important this was. I couldn't, the feelings she was having. And I have since learned that it is very important to be patient and understanding and help them figure out a way to keep the memory, but get rid of the thing. Get rid of stuff. If you do this and help your children, that they don't have to garagefuls of stuff, then they'll be much, much happier with you. All right, let's move on to downsizing sooner rather than later. You'll have better health and more options. When healthy, you can have more choices like doing the RV trip, going to the vacation on a property that might not have really fast access to healthcare, or you just bring in so many choices. When you wait, your choices diminish.
Your
You
choice.
end up doing something that you don't really want to do, but do because you're of your health. Go rather than later. You'll have more options and you'll be healthier and you'll have more time to enjoy being out of that big house that takes so much time and so much energy and so much money to keep
Yes.
up. 3, downsizing will improve your financial flexibility. Why is that, Judy?
For one thing, maintaining those large homes cost money. They cost a lot of money. And I don't know if a lot of money or you don't have a lot of money. Generally, when you retire, you're on more of a fixed income. So for a lot of people, it becomes harder and harder to maintain that home. And the cost of the maintenance it can just sometimes be a burden, a really heavy burden on people. If you can get out of the larger, more expensive thing to maintain and get into something that's smaller and not so much, doesn't cost you as much money to maintain, or maybe nothing to maintain, depending on if you go into a rental or something like that, it's going to give you more financial flexibility. Yes.
Hopefully, you have accrued a significant amount of equity,
Mhm.
which can help you purchase the next place, or you can do something like rent for a while. So you make a plan of what you want to do. The sale of your home should increase the equity. You should get a good payout from the sale of your home.
Correct.
And that will definitely increase your financial
Absolutely.
flexibility.
Absolutely. Right now, the real estate market is great, and the value of homes are because there's a shortage of inventory. Even though interest rates are higher than they have been in the past 5 years, but they've actually come down. Still, with the lack of inventory, homes are selling oftentimes, especially if they're in good condition, for much higher than even asking price, if they're priced right in good condition. The problem comes, you have not been able to maintain the home, and now you have a home in need of repairs, and you don't have the money to do it, you are not going to make top dollar. That's very hard to explain to some people that see that homes and downsizing, no matter how old you are, will be easier now than it will be later. If you look back, it would probably have been easier to do 5 years ago than it is now. I realize we don't start at 20, but if you're even got an inkling that downsizing is in your future, get started.
Get started. Your health will be better. You'll have more options of places to go to. And you won't have, if you do it in a slow process, then you won't have to rely on family and friends or pay somebody to help you do it.
Correct.
It's a big job. There's no question about it. And as the years go by, it gets harder and harder to do. Our recommendation. Ready for the last one, Judy?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Number
yes.
5, you will be in the driver's seat. This is where really the big piece is people wait and then they have to go. And they have to go on terms that they don't want.
No.
Okay? Your health is so bad, you have to go into assisted living.
Then your family, sometimes the state that you live in, depending on how disabled you are, will start making those decisions for you. And I've never met anybody who's ever been happy in that situation. It's really a sad thing to deal with. So you will have no decision making powers. The longer you wait, the older you get, the less capable you are, the more someone else is going to be taking care of all of this for you.
If you want to be the driver of the decisions about your life, then getting ready, downsizing, starting that process, or going into it just really adds to your personal ability to control the situation.
Correct.
Waiting until a decision has to be made by family, and then you don't have much say.
No.
It's really sad. And I see seniors who are in that situation, they're depressed, they're angry, they're frustrated because it's not what they want to do. But they have waited so long, there isn't any other option. Yeah. If you really want to be in control of what happens and where you go, get busy on that downsizing.
And the thing is, like you mentioned earlier, that if you're looking at it 5 years down the road, if you start thinking about, do I really need this thing? Is this really, am I using this thing? And if it has memories behind it, like we talked about, take a photo of it, write the memory down, save it in a file, but start little. Downsize, work on a drawer, work on a cabinet, work on a room, do it a little bit at a time. And when you let go of something, it's gone. It's not yours anymore. So where it goes from there, it should just let it go because you still have the memory if that's important.
Yeah. And you'll have the options of what to do with these things too. If you
Yes,
wait too long, then you're
you
going to
don't
have
get them.
somebody come in and start making decisions about your stuff for you. And that can be really upsetting to people. So,
We've all seen, we in the real estate industry, especially those of us that do a lot of work with seniors, see that a lot. And it is tragic.
the earlier you begin and more planning you do, the more you're going to have control of what happens. And then you can feel good about where you're at.
Mhm.
All
And
righty.
just a reminder, if you're in Washington State and you would like for us to give you some idea of the value of your home or just talk to you personally about some of our knowledge on downsizing, please feel free to reach out to us. Our phone number is right here. Our email address is, I think, right there.
Now it's
And
our website.
our website, and you can contact us through that. So please don't hesitate. We're here and it's free.
It's free.
That part.
Asking advice or questions is always free. And getting an idea of what your home is worth can help you start that planning process. And we do that, give you a competitive market analysis to find out what your home is worth as a snapshot right now. And there's no charge and there's no obligation.
Correct.
But I think that would be, if I was to give advice to people who are considering downsizing, that would be the place to start. Find out what your current home is worth and find out how much equity you have, and then start working on a plan.
Correct.
Yeah. So we are the downsizing experts, folks. We'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and like this podcast and YouTube channel, subscribe, leave some comments. We'd love to hear what you think and hope to hear from you. Anything else, Judy?
Just gonna go have some more beach time here.
Huge time. How was the Blues Festival?
The Blues Festival was absolutely fabulous. That was on Saturday. That's the day we attended last week, and it was great. The Kite Festival is going on. The International Kite Festival is going on right now. Our weather is a little bit iffy, very northwest weather. Could be raining, could not be raining, could be sunny. So we see the kites in the sky. I haven't really been down there yet to see what they're doing. But if you've never been to the International Kite Festival, it is absolutely amazing.
Could
Thousands of
imagine.
kites in the sky.
I
So,
have not experienced it, but I've seen video and pictures. It
mm-hmm.
just looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. From all over the world.
Yep.
All right, that's it for this episode of Getting Your Edge Out Size Your Home and Life podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, learned some things from it, and we will be seeing you next time. Don't hesitate to call the phone number 206-204-5372 or go to edgegroupteam.com. Thanks so much for watching and or listening. Bye.